Keir Starmer gang stalking minions, torturing me with directed energy weapon attacks and making me extremely drowsy. They love to do it at 1 a.m. Today they started about 1:20 a.m. beaming radiation that's making me very drowsy. I noticed when I was at 37 Aberdeen Road in Southampton, they would love to sleep at 1 a.m. And similar sort of time when I moved to flat 3 Elizabeth Court in Southampton as well. Rose Cunningham and Hannah Baxter of flat 5 above me, they'd be banging around past 11 p.m, 12:30 a.m. There'd be a loud bang. 1:30 a.m. there'd be a loud bang, and then that would be it. So these gang stalkers love to it seems to me, they love to sleep at about 1 a.m. Now, I've noticed whilst in Sweden, they love to beam radiation drowsiness at me at approximately 1 a.m-ish. And obviously today, they started beaming radiation at me, forcing me into a drowsiness state, like Havana syndrome, Havana, Havana syndrome. I've not long eaten a massive meal, like lots of bread and ham and a whole packet of cottage cheese. I choose cottage cheese because bodybuilders eat cottage cheese. So anyway, I don't eat a lot of cheese, but obviously because bodybuilders take it, I wanted to as well. So I'd eaten, I drank almost a carton of milk at 1 litre. I'd eaten all of this cheese, right? 250 grams worth of cottage cheese. I'd eaten some spinach. I'd eaten a whole packet of ham, and I believe that was 200 grams worth. And I'd eaten a lot of bread as well. They've been beaming at radiation at me, at my stomach. Probably trying to make me throw up what I've just eaten. They just fucking hate it. Keir Starmer UK absolutely hates it when I eat, because he gets his gang stalking minions to pull horrible, disgusting, disappointed faces at me when I'm eating. These gang stalkers would do it at Antelope House Psychiatric Torture Chamber in Southampton, SO14 0YG. The support worker, Tony, probably in his 50s, might have worked in the military before army. He and another woman, can't remember her name, Debbie, support worker, Southampton. Very short woman, probably approaching 60, has grandchildren, blonde hair. She too would give me emotionally abusive faces. Her and Tony, support workers, would pull these nasty, disappointed faces at me when I was eating, just to show absolute disapproval. What? Eating just to stay alive, and they would show you abusive faces at you and look at you with absolute disapproval. Absolute, I don't know how to describe it. Just such absolute negativity, as if to try and discourage me from eating. I mean, you've got to eat. If you don't eat, you'll die. I get it here in Sweden too. When I was at Mosque Bakke hostel, I had a bastard, ugly gang stalker sat opposite side of the room of me. I was eating, and then the same thing happened again. The same sort of disapproval. It happens everywhere I go. How disgusting, how moronic. The reason why I just jumped on camera just now was just to film, one, how drowsy they was making me, and two, the most important point here, there's beaming radiation at my stomach trying to make me vomit the contents of what I've just eaten. They just don't want me to eat and have nutrition and build myself up strong. They want me weak. Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer wants me thin, anorexic and weak. And basically on the way to a fucking coffin. In a coffin. That's why he's had his gang stalking. I mean, so for 2 days I didn't have much nutrition to eat, and then finally I've had a massive meal now-ish, or within the hour, and now they're beaming radiation at my stomach, making me feel horrible and nauseous, trying to beam me into vomiting it all out and make me appear like, one, I'm mentally ill, and two, to sabotage and destroy my health mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, try to fucking destroy me. They just can't stand it when I eat. How disgusting is that? How dumb and moronic. It's pathetic. It's absolutely and utterly pathetic. I'm still at Hostel de la Gatan, room 9. I was just basically on the internet looking up stuff. I'm still feeling nauseous because they're beaming radiation at my belly, trying to make me fucking vomit what I've just eaten. To try to cause me a malnutrition, and well, just to weaken my body, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just try to fucking weaken me. Yeah. Just to weaken me. For 2 days now, I've not had a decent food to eat. And then finally, within the hour or so, I've just had a massive meal. And Keir Starmer's getting his gang stalking minions, beaming radiation at my belly, trying to make me vomit it all up. How dumb and how fucking moronic. How disgusting. Sex crime administrator of the UK doing all that. Wow, jointly with the Swedish authorities. I just feel so sick right now, physically, because they're beaming at my stomach. It was like I was lying down. I just put myself to lie down because it was making me drowsy with the directed energy weapon attacks. So I lied down, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 right, very intense radiation at my belly, like making me feel like I wanted to fucking throw up, couldn't cope, so I had to get up from the bed. I had to get up. So here I am, sort of just like that. I need to fart, I'm sorry, I need to fart. It's fucking torture. It's like they're beaming radiation at you just to make you feel like you're a fucking cancer patient or something. You just feel so fucking ill. Like fucking radiation poisoning. You just feel so freaking ill. It's very clear to me. It's been very clear to me for years now. The British government don't want me eating. It's just fucking sick. They tortured me into a suicide with paliperidone palmitate. into a deep depression and wanted to end my life. So I was trapped inside house psychiatric torture chamber. December 2019. Tortured me with paliperidone palmitate, 150 milligrams once a month. They made me just lay there all day, every day, in bed, like just laying there all day, every day, depressed and into a fucking suicide, wanting to end my life. And what I did was I just refused to eat for 6 days because I wanted to be dead. Because of the paliperidone palmitate antipsychotic torture, pharmacological torture, chemical rape into a drug-induced, very, very severe depression to the point that I wanted death. Obviously, if you look through the case history, it caused me a severe nasal congestion. I couldn't even breathe through my nose. My mouth became so dry that I struggled to even speak. They had to prescribe me what's it called? Artificial saliva. But even then I struggled to eat still. As I said, I struggled to speak because my mouth was so dry. It was as if the saliva of my mouth had just completely and utterly diminished. That would, in Chinese medicine terms, that would mean a consumption of body fluids, yin body fluids consumed, damaged, through paliperidone palmitate antipsychotic injections at 150 milligrams for a petite woman like me, 5'3" tall, and usually of a slim build. Usually, I would say my usual tended to be around a size 10 UK female. Tended to be. Yeah, so that antipsychotic torture of me, the paliperidone palmitate, 150 milligrams. This, I believe, is known as Invega tablets in the US. I believe it's called Invega tablets in the US. Paliperidone palmitate antipsychotic injection. That's what it's called in the UK. Jill Kesty said she was on the same medication, Invega tablets, and she's rendered also disabled as well. She can't work a job. She can barely do much for herself anymore because of these Invega tablets, forced drugging, chemical rape, pharmacological torture. It's coercive psychiatry is torturing people all around the fucking world. Jill Kesty's in Michigan, I believe, in the US. She was saying that she started having trouble breathing. I think she even felt as if she was going to die when I spoke to her when I was back in the UK, but obviously I haven't spoken to her since. But yeah, these antipsychotic drugs, psychiatric drugs, they basically shorten your lifespan significantly. And it's dose related. The higher the dose, the worse, the much worse the side effects. It's absolutely terrible. I knew of a male patient who was much bigger than me, taller than me, muscular than me, bigger than me. He's a man, and he was only getting 100 milligrams of paliperidone palmitate. He was only getting 100. I was on 150. It's like, what the fuck? He's a bloke. He's got more muscles. He's bigger than me. Heavier than me. He was only getting 100 per month. 100 milligrams. I just feel so sick right now. They just causing me discomfort, punishing me for eating. You get it? You've just eaten a big meal, me, now punishing me for that by beaming radiation at my belly. They were to do it to me in flat 3, Elizabeth Court, Aberdeen Road. They would do that to me there. And I used to have to use tin foil to block it and shield my belly. Obviously, I don't have those materials on me no more. So what can I do? I'm fucking stuck with this torture. If it continues, I'll have to call the police. The Swedish police, if it continues and I can't bear it anymore. If they make me vomit, that's taken me ages to eat. If they make me vomit, I'll be letting the whole fucking world know. I mean, Mark Williams, targeted individual. Mark Williams. He was on YouTube, and he's a targeted individual, and he's a life coach in Leeds, I believe, UK. He's complained of vomiting as well because of these directed energy weapon attacks. I feel so fucking ill right now. I feel so ill. I'd switch they rendered me drowsy at about 1:20 a.m. So I switched off one of the lights, the main light. So let me turn the light on again. I feel so ill. My stomach feels so fucking ill, torturing me just for doing a human necessary function to live, and that is to eat. And as a result of eating, they're now punishing me for that. How sadistic. How dumb and moronic. How sadistic, right? How sick. We human beings, we need food to eat. If we don't eat, we'll fucking die within 3 weeks, isn't it? Be in a coffin within 3 weeks, right? How dumb and moronic. They're torturing me just because I've had a massive meal to eat. How deeply pathetic. It's just made me feel so fucking sick. And it only been brought on not long before I picked up this phone and started recording. So dumb and moronic. I just feel fucking ill. I feel so fucking ill as a result of the radiation attacks on me. I mean, earlier I've been scratching away at my skin, burning to the back of to the neck of my skin on the back. My belly skin's horrible now. It's like fucking Chinese barbecue pork charcoal. It seems like I'm wasting the public's time. But I don't know how to cope with it. It'll have to be, if it gets any more worse, I'll have to call the fucking police. This is an extreme torture of me. All because I've just eaten. How pathetic, how moronic, how dumb. Keir Starmer's a dumb piece of trash. Get that piece of shit off. Get that piece of shit off the stage. We don't need to see that. Get it out. Force it out. Just like how he in UK government forced me out of my home country. I was born in England. Well, what can I say? Get that piece of trash out. Guantanamo Bay, whatever that fucking means. Shove that dirty little thing. Fucking pathetic worm. down to Guantanamo Bay, whatever they do there. I'm not clear on what they do. I heard from university, German girl, she said, Guantanamo Bay, they torture you there by not letting you sleep. Then Edward Snowden had said, he was willing to go to Guantanamo Bay. What is Guantanamo Bay? I need to have a look in it. I feel so fucking ill. This radiation attack of me just by eating. I know what they're doing to me. I've eaten a huge meal. They attack me at the stomach. Just some sort of psychology game, innit? It's another discouragement of you eating, lao, isn't it? When I eat, Tony support worker and Debbie support worker in Southampton, Antelope House, psychiatric torture chamber, Southampton, UK, they give me discouraging, disgusting, horrible looks. Absolute horrible looks. How abusive. You're trapped inside that horrible environment for 6 months at a time, predominantly, and having to experience that. These pathetic support workers who have no skills, no talent, fuck all. Anyone can do a support work job. Anyone can do it. It's disgusting being shoved and locked into that toxic, poisonous environment. The workers there are toxic. The patient complained and said, they enjoy seeing us in distress. I pointed it out. It's fucking sadism. Sadistic. The staff there, I reckon the psychiatric staff at Antelope House, they're fucking sadistic. There's something off their fucking rockers. Who would enjoy seeing all these people coming in, all like fucking distressed, suicidal, and maliciously classified as a danger to society, a danger to yourself. There's no such thing as mental illness. It's all fucking fabricated bullshit, fake, designed to mass control you, the undesirables, mass control you, social control you, and sabotage and destroy your fucking life. That's all it is. I've studied the people that go there. There was this girl called Tia. I think she might have been a lesbian. Very, 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 like, how do I say? She would definitely challenge the staff verbally fucking challenge the fuck out of them. You had this disabled lady called, was it Sinead? She liked my music. She would verbally challenge the fuck out of them too. And, she started throwing water all over the floor, but probably for a reason, probably within reason, for being fucking mentally tortured and abused by the psychiatric staff. Then there was, what's her name? Saunders, what's her name? I've forgotten her name. Something Saunders, I've totally forgot. The girl with Asperger's syndrome. Previous anorexic. I've totally forgotten her name. Kate Saunders. She would tell me one of the staff would mentally abuse her, and then cause her to fucking have a meltdown and fucking, just a freaking meltdown because of fucking like emotional abuse from psychiatric staff. It's horrible to be there. In UK psychiatric wards, it's absolutely fucking horrible. It's the worst place you could ever be put in. It's absolutely terrible. Your rights are stripped off you. It's a controlled environment. Everything's fucking controlled. You can do fuck all. Yeah, go out to the what do you call it, at the day room or on the ward and do some colouring in. Fix a puzzle together, 1,000 pieces. Play some little child games like Connect 4, Guess Who. You can do some colouring in, do some cutting out shapes and bullshit. That's what kiddies do at fucking play school, you fucking retards. And you're expecting us people who are not mental at all. There is no fucking mental illness, and you're expecting us to do all that fucking low value play school stuff. That's for fucking 5-year-olds. What the fuck? There's nothing there. You're locked away and you can do fuck all. You can do fuck all, and once they medicate you, your brain's so fucked you can't do anything anyway. And you're trapped in there for fucking months on end. Like fucking 6 months at a time. One time I was locked in there 8 months, coming up to 9 months. I think it was 19th of May 2019. Did that fucking blowjobs Boris Johnson put me there? Sorry, my saliva's coming out. Sorry. It might be the antipsychotic drugs that they put me on, causing me to over salivate. Saliva. I don't know, is it called salivate? Just having excess saliva coming out my mouth. As I was saying, blowjobs. Saliva was coming out. I don't want that fucking blowjobs. I want Dr. Catherine Horton. I want Piglet. I like women more than men. I'm bisexual, but I prefer women over men. There's a lot of handsome Swedish men out there, but I don't want to go into it. I don't want to talk about it. The torture of me by certain men. I don't want to go into it right now. Trying to make me a fucking lesbian, basically. Getting all these men to fucking mentally torture me throughout my life. And have these women be sweet to me, to my face, and less abusive. British government's trying to convert. British government, China government, whoever. Trying to make a fucking lesbian out of me, basically. But I'm not a lesbian. I am bisexual with a preference for women. Still feeling sick. Still beaming radiation at me. It's like some sort of negative reinforcement, isn't it? I don't know what you call it. What's negative reinforcement mean in psychology? It's like they punishing me for eating. How do they punish me for eating? When I'm eating, they get these gang stalking minions even to harass me with dirty, horrible looks. Absolute dirt. Absolute disapproval. Absolute discouragement on their face. Absolute fucking evil energy beaming right at you. And at times, the room just smells fucking deathly. The other day when I was at Mose Back Hostel, the hostel before I came to here, Dalagatan, Hostel Dalagatan, in Stockholm, Sweden. When I was eating, that bastard old man, ugly old man, revolting old man, they employ all these gang stalkers who are fucking revolting. Ugly to look at and ugly inside and probably fucking mental. As in fucking sadistic psychopathy. I heard that gang stalkers... I'm going to lie down and see what happens. I heard that gang stalkers are... I heard that gang stalkers, a lot of them are mental. A lot of them are mentally ill. That's what I'd read somewhere, and it seems true. They're absolutely revolting to look at. They're revolting, repulsive, externally in their faces as well as internally as well. A lot of them, they're fucking low value trash. They just walk around as if they're fucking disabled. Whether they are or not, I do not know. But they're fucking low-value trash. Employed by the corrupt governments doing state terrorism. Well, I'm going to have to get up again because they're beaming at my stomach and it's much worse. I don't know how long this torture is going to last. So, how they do this, some sort of negative reinforcement. I don't know what it means, but they punish me for when I am eating by giving me dirty disapproval looks. And now, currently, after I've had a meal, they're punishing me again by beaming radiation at my full belly when I've eaten a massive meal, beaming at my belly and making it so uncomfortable, nauseous, and just feel so fucking ill. At times feeling like I might vomit the contents of what I've just eaten. That's how they're trying to discourage me from eating. Punishment. One, punishment whilst during eating, and punishment after and not long after eating, having had a big full meal and my stomach's big full of food, and beaming at it as a form of punishment to discourage me from ever having another meal again. That's an extreme form of torture, an extreme form of harassment, an extreme form of stalking. Care wankma. Get on your fucking noose. You deserve it. Get on your noose. The whole fucking world's watching, you fucking freak. Get on your fucking noose. For doing this to me. Get on your fucking noose. I ain't scared of you, you fucking wanker. Care wank ma. Wants to be my dad. Bruce Lee would fucking take you down and put you into a fucking coffin. You fucking retard. You fucking retard. Care wank ma. Starmer rhymes with my dad's nickname, Farmer. He wants to be my dad. I'll fucking knock you down, you fucking piece of trash. Just like you wanted to knock me down with a big plank of wood. He wanted to break and smash me. Care Wankma wanted to break and smash me with a big plank of wood for exposing him to the public for what he truly is. He's a violent criminal and very dangerous. Care Wankma. UK crime administer of chemical rape. All forms of torture. He's a fucking torturer and a relentless stalker. Jail the cunt and wrap a noose around it and shove it in a coffin for doing this to me. Shove it in a coffin and dump it at sea, just like how he did it to Osama bin Laden, wrongly convicted of terrorism by US government. It was an assassination. Did Barack Obama... Did Barack Osama, US president, put Osama bin Laden into a fucking dead body bag? I bet you it was him. And I have my guesses that he did it to Michael Jackson too. I was sick. My night's been disrupted, making me... I lie down and they beam extreme radiation at my belly whilst it's full. And try and make me throw up the whole contents, vomit the contents of what I've just eaten. That's going to cost me money and time. And effort to eat. What a fucking lowlife. They've blocked my videos from uploading to YouTube, Dropbox, and Instagram. That's the Swedish government trying to force me out. trying to force me out of Hostel Dalagatan again. Just as they did with the previous place. What do you call it? Microform Vagon 30. The asylum accommodation in Hagestan. Migration Sverket, Migration Agency Sweden. It's just so completely moronic. Like, I want to lie down. They make me feel so fucking drowsy by beaming directed energy weapon attacks at me. Usually at 1 a.m. Typically it's 1 a.m. They beam at me. Because I know these gang stalkers love to go to sleep at 1 a.m.-ish. It happened at 37 Aberdeen Road. It happened at Flat 3 Elizabeth Court, Aberdeen Road. It happened in Stockholm in Hostel 2. 1 a.m. They love to beam at you at 1 a.m. and make you drowsy and force you to sleep at 1 a.m. They fucking love it. 1 a.m. What does that mean? What's that mean? It's like I'm so drowsy that I want to just put my head on the fucking pillow and lie down. But only to just have to be forced to get up again. Because they'd be beaming extreme radiation at my belly, making me feel like I'm going to vomit. And feel so fucking sick. It's like just as my uncle Yao would say. You're going to be shouted at if you sit down. You're going to be shouted at if you stand up by your own dad. Yeah. Hong Kong government, British government coerced my own dad to abuse me and fucking torture me. Well, I'm going to lie down to see what happens. I feel so fucking ill. Well, they've wasted about 40 minutes of my time. And they made me think about Piglet. I've been obsessing about Piglet a lot today. Longing for her. Obsessed with her and longing for her. Which then translates as, well, I feel embarrassed. You want to make love to her. I do. It's embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. Right, I'm lying on my side, so at the moment the radiation on my belly isn't all that bad, but I'm lying on my side. That's the difference. I was lying on my back earlier. But I think I'll end the video now, and then if they stop beaming and making me feel sick again, I'll have to start recording. How else am I supposed to fucking cope? I don't have no tin foil. It's just relentless harassment, extreme torture, extreme gang stalking. It's a fucking nightmare. It's an absolute fucking nightmare. They've just stolen more than 40 minutes of my day off me. But then I didn't count all the scratching, all the obsession over Piglet. They cried 3 times over Piglet yesterday. Spent a few hours thinking about her, in pain about her, wanting to cut her off but not being able to. Still still madly, deeply in love with her. What can I say? Madly, deeply, intensely in love with Piglet. What can I say? Fuck all. Terrible. Try to cut her off, keep trying to cut her off, and can't even do it. Anyway, I think I'll get going now. I've wasted 40 minutes of my time, bare minimum. Could have spent that doing something else useful, right? Productive. Instead, just suffering in radiation, like poisoning of microwave radiation. It's as if previously I felt like, fuck me, I'm being tortured into like feeling like a fucking cancer patient. Felt so fucking sick. Non-lethal poisonings repeatedly, and radiation attacks, microwave radiation attacks. I literally, when I was in the Stockholm hostel, I felt like I was a fucking cancer patient. That's how I felt, because of the extreme torture of me in Stockholm hostel. Repeated non-lethal poisoning, and fucking directed energy weapon attacks, microwave radiation attacks, burning to my skin and all sorts of cosmetic damage to my skin, charcoal burned skin, pierced skin, like fucking bullet holes through the fucking skin. Photographs to prove it all. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna end the video now. I'll say good night for now. But if it happens again, if it gets really, really bad and I can't handle it, I'll just stop recording. Sorry for wasting your time, guys. The public. I don't know how else to cope, because I ain't got no tin foil to cover up my belly to shield myself. I ain't got nothing. I'll speak to you guys later. Good night. Good night, everybody.